Roll dice, be nice, and stay tuned. This is the Live to Die podcast.
So unlike my last intro, this is not like a setup in the same way. But we just had lunch, which means if we're a little lethargic, it's because we're all, sweating out.
Got that Chiba head in us.
Oh, God bless you, Colorado.
So good.
But no, I wanted to ask, what's your Pathfinder has a lot of these, but in video games or otherwise, what's your favorite mini game? Because we were talking Zelda and Tears of the Fallen Kingdom
Tears
Wild.
of the Kingdom.
Yeah, sure. And we were joking about how there are a lot of mini games and mini game systems. And this also, you have a hilarious amount of jobs in Zelda.
Mm-hmm.
We're like, yeah, maybe Zelda is the game of our generation because it's like, hey, would you like to own a home? We're going to need you to have 15 side jobs all the time.
Also collect all the materials.
Yeah.
And put it together.
But do you have a favorite mini game or mini game system in another one? Because Pathfinder has a lot of great ones, whether it's chase mechanics, social influence mechanics, character sheet management. I think for those who enjoy it, you could call a mini game. You're essentially doing a whole bookkeeping mini game if you decide to play a spellcaster. God forbid a wizard or an alchemist. Alchemists and wizards are just playing a whole second game.
Yes.
Facts.
Anyone else though? Mini games, video games?
I remember playing Final Fantasy and doing the Chocobo races over and over.
Yep.
And I don't know, it's a really stupid part of the game, but I don't know what it was that appealed to me was Chocobo races.
Mm-hmm.
I think you got special items and stuff.
Oh, yeah.
If you did well in them and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Was it 7 that has a casino thing as well?
Yeah.
Oh,
And there's the arena. You can do the battle arenas, which you can use to get credits, which you can use to buy certain items that you can only get. I literally only know this because Ike's 100%ing Final Fantasy VII right now. And I literally just hung out on Discord when I was prepping Pathfinder while he was just grinding out arena battles in Final Fantasy VII to get the fucking tokens to get the items.
The new Final Fantasy VII or the
No,
OG?
the old school one.
Yeah.
Well, technically the remaster of the old school one they released on the PC in 2003.
Oh, okay, cool.
Oh, okay.
But not the new cool sleek one.
Oh, they also had Tetramaster, which was a card game in Final Fantasy VIII. Was that what it was called? I think
so.
I think so.
Just then, if you played Knights of the Old Republic, there was Sabak.
Yeah.
Or it's funny to talk about the in-game ones. It's Ike again because Ike rabbit holes on video games. He was talking about it because he really got into Mahjong during COVID. And so you can play Mahjong in Final Fantasy online. You can play ranked, and he's the second highest possible ranked Mahjong, in the category of Final Fantasy's Mahjong's mini game.
That's funny.
That's
just big Ike energy.
There's Liar's Dice in Red Dead. The Red Dead games that I played a few times. And poker, you can play poker too.
Yeah.
All right, solid mini games.
I'm a big fan of the lock picking in both Oblivion and Skyrim.
Yeah.
Even though they're very different.
Yeah.
The Skyrim one is far more accessible to understand mentally. In Oblivion, I always felt I don't know, I'm just fucking hitting buttons.
Yeah. Or there's the in Fallout, there's the unlocking where you have to select the big chunks of text within a computer terminal. I always like that one too.
Assassin's Creed Black Flag I think it was Black Flag, had a game in it. It's an actual game because I looked up how to play it because it was kicking my ass for a while. But it's called Keystone.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
I remember this.
Under the Black Flag, you could play Keystone. And
isn't there Keystone on other Assassin's Creeds?
maybe I'm going to look it up right now.
Look, we spent all this
think
time
so.
importing it
Yeah.
into Black Flag. We got to use it elsewhere.
Yeah. Mine is also lockpicking in Skyrim and Oblivion, and I have hundreds of hours in Skyrim and hundreds and hundreds.
You have almost as many hours in Skyrim as they have different editions of Skyrim they've sold you.
A lot.
And I'm dead serious. It was last year I was playing Skyrim for the 15,000th time on the Switch. And I just learned after probably your 600th hour that when you're doing the lockpicking, when you're sweeping your lockpick from right or left, that when you pass the correct spot, it'll momentarily vibrate your controller.
Little vibrate.
Yeah. And I didn't know that until recently. And it kind of like, it's one of those things that flashes back and you're just like,
which is harder to do on PC.
Yeah, it's much harder. Yeah, because I played it on PC.
Yeah.
But I remember, because I would just hit the lock straight to the left and just click and, and then I would just kind of go around. But then when I realized that there's this like little vibration thing, I'm like, and then it like broke the glass for me. But I still really like that. And it was like, even if I was playing a heavy armor character, I still try to max my lock pickings because why wouldn't you?
It seems like that Black Flag was the internet's given me the only one
that's
that
interesting. I don't know why that's, I don't know, because I didn't play Black Flag, but like this little keystone, or maybe it's probably something completely different than I'm actually thinking about. It's just ringing a bell, something else that I don't know.
I could be wrong too about.
Yeah.
Just really quickly too, in Super Mario 3.
Okay.
When you go over like Luigi space in your Mario, or Mario goes over Luigi space, if they like push the button while you're on that space, you enter like a little battle mode, and you can like take their turn away from them if you beat them.
It's awesome.
Oh my God.
Yeah, and then Mario 3 had, Toad's house and where the card matching came.
Oh yeah, the card matching.
But then also the one where the faces were going.
Oh yeah, you got to line up the faces.
You got to line them up. That was one of my favorites.
Super Mario Brothers 2, when you would go into the night thing and dig the coins, bling bling, and then you did the little roulette wheel whenever you hit the thing at the end.
I forgot about that.
Yeah,
I figured out how to get stars almost every time, so I would have tons and tons of guys. I still wasn't able to beat that game. That's just me.
At this
Mario's
point,
not for everybody.
It's almost such an integral part of the game that I don't know I could call it a mini game, but I think, so we were talking about it, it's, by the time this airs, it'll be not as recent news, but man, I hit the Helldivers 2 bug pretty hard.
I knew this was going to be yours.
And so I don't know if those of you who either watched it played or see it played, but one of the things I think is kind of cool is it's a co-op third-person shooter, and you can call in strategies like think kill streaks from the old Call of Duties, right? And like it's everywhere from like an orbital rail cannon to like a 380 millimeter barrage for 45 seconds across like a city, which is also hilarious because you're like, I want to kill that one bug, and it's like, what if we killed nothing at all, but just destroyed everything for like 2 minutes? But the way to, like, even when people die, because you get like 30 shared reinforcements basically through your whole group of 4, to get anyone back into the game, you have to call in a reinforcement. So you like hit control to open it up. And then you essentially have to play a mini little Guitar Hero DDR thing. And so like you're in the middle of running away from a giant bug. You're like, I just want a crawling barrage. And you're like, all right, hold down control, right, left, right down, right down, right down, right down, hit throw. Like at least that one's simple, but it's like, hey, there's 4 gunships that are coming in, circling you, and you have to call in a bomb that you can then arm to blow up their reinforcement facility. So you're like in the middle of getting shot, you're like, all right, hold down control. And then I could never remember a hell bomb. It's some bullshit like left, up, down, right, left, up, down, up, right, down, left, right. And you're like, you just get shot and you die in the middle of it. So you're under intense video game pressure. Trying to just press arrow keys is so fun and dumb. Yeah.
That's good.
I dig it.
I thought yours was just going to be the little like practice thing inside of the ship.
Which they do call Stratagem Hero, which I think is a very fun nod to Guitar Hero, that in a ship you can practice the stratagems for fun while you're waiting. It's on your buddies. It's good stuff.
When NCAA made their version of Madden, which they've started remaking it again, there was a version that came out, I want to say like 02, 03, that you did like the drills. Like you went to practice and you ran drills to make your partner or your player better. Yep. They did it in NHL too.
In FIFA, when you were just in the thing, just kicking the ball at the net, and there's the goalie there, and you could like do little chip kicks or these special kicks, and it would improve your character's
These
stats.
had cones you had to run through, and like it was awesome. I loved it.
Yep.
On Madden, I could never figure out the bench press on the combine.
Yeah.
You'd make your character be 99, 99, and then on strength it'd be 24. I could never figure out how to do it.
This guy has the best vision in the game.
Yeah.
But he has no strength.
Couldn't tear a piece of paper in half.
Yeah. Couldn't tear a piece of paper in half. Yeah. But somehow he's playing tight end. So, but whatever,
Well, I think these are all some really great mini games, but I think it's now time.
Oh no!
But now I think it's time to come back to this, the Witch's Quest, which in this case might take you many games to resolve.
Oh,
that was not my best work, but I really went out of my way for it.
I'll give it a 6.
I'll take that out of 20.
A gentleman's 6.
Out of 100.
6.
Out of 10.
All right. Oh, that's very kind, Trent. Are you trying to get a hero patch? Because that kind of flattery is going to work.
Maybe.
Not yet, but you're getting close.
You gave Jane like 15, and I'm sitting here on 0.
She needs them though, man. Like,
and then she walked out the door with all of them.
She's over here yelling at us.
Just look, if anything, it was a smart move on my part, right? I invested it all in Jane, and then Jane was removed from the patch economy. Although, speaking of which, Ryan, thank you for coming in. Awesome first episode.
Oh,
Yeah.
I do think you
very
probably
much.
should have a patch. You brought a new character in. You introduced us to Junior.
And then he rolled 2 20s.
Yeah, that was pretty fun.
You rolled a 40 on a D20.
Yeah,
Crazy.
That's awesome.
I didn't think it was possible. So let's go back to the hut. The hut in the marsh. The swamp hut. Swamp. I had a lot of fun saying that. Swamp. And Elga Vernex, who's given you 3 potential quests to do for her so that she can remove some curses from you. Ooh, love that little swamp sound in the background. Thank you, Syrinscape.
Cicadas?
yeah, that's what I was thinking.
Yeah.
Kind of has that vibe. So what's next for all of you? It's probably like 4 o'clock in the afternoon, 4 or 5. It's summer though, so you got plenty of sunlight left in the day.
Can we-
Late spring.
Let's get out of here.
Can we talk about how that lady was creepy as fuck?
And I think we talk about like we're gonna have to go back through Shadow Shield when we talked offline to go back and do this other
Or that burial mound.
that burial mound.
Get the
But I think as
marrow
like
fungus.
leaders of said nation, we probably don't leave for more than a couple days at a time unless it's planned out,
Yeah. People got to know, like, expect that we're going to be gone.
or unless we say like we might be gone for 2 weeks, like we might say next time, hey, we have to go on an adventure,
But when you come back, there'll be a different king.
and I'll kill it.
What if it's a barbarian?
He's
The
gonna have to go
Pretender
too.
King.
Yeah. Yeah, the protector king.
One of these days, never surrender. Ooh. All right. So you're going to go up. So what's the plan? You're going to go back through Shatter Shield?
Go back through Shadow
Yeah.
Shield.
You can make it back there today, no problem. It's, not a super far ride, actually, because she's pretty close in this adjacent hex to your place. So it's horseback, maybe like a hour or 2 ride.
Make sure that we put in the newsletter that we're going to be gone.
You could leave instructions with some staff of like, hey, shit goes, who are you leaving as the arbiter while you're all gone?
That's a good
I can
question. I was
dio.
gonna. What's that?
I can dio.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. I can dio.
It's him or knock knock.
Not knock.
Not.
But we
That's
might
hard to say. That's hard
leave
to say.
knock knock in charge of perimeter control.
Yeah, we should probably tell them, like, double patrols while we're gone. Because
Yeah.
you really don't want something to catch you off guard.
I mean, you don't really have patrols, but sure, they'll find something.
Yeah.
The two, your former bandits are really signing up for some extra work.
Right.
But we know they're not very good at security.
We can start paying them, like, a salary.
They had dead people securing the borders before.
True.
Back.
So
Those dead people were there when they moved in. Actually,
he's gonna rest up for a night.
Yeah.
Next day. So what is this? 4 days past full moon now. At this point?
Yeah, about.
Yeah.
You're fine. What's the worst that could
I
happen?
mean, at least we're trying to do something about it.
yeah, I think you're in a good place. So you're gonna rest up.
I don't like that he said that.
For now.
Yeah.
maybe I asked someone in town to order a bunch of silver arrows.
Do you want to do that?
Yes.
Okay.
That's a good idea.
Put the order in. Honestly, Garrus will probably have to be sending a missive back to Brevoy before too long, and so, I mean, it's not easy
more
for you.
wildly not outfitted for werewolves.
You know what you could actually do? So the best way to do it would be to send it through Garrus and have it sent to Olax.
Olax, yeah.
And then because you still have some credit there
Yeah.
and you have some good stuff.
Okay.
Because you're not, you guys don't have a road out to you yet. So no merchant's gonna be like, well, I'm just going to cross country. You have to cross a river and over the rocky plains and deal with the thylacines. And
Those Amazon drivers only make minimum wage.
look, in Galarian, they can do better than that. That's all we're asking. They don't have to pee in their canteens.
Right.
So
Unless
you're
they
gonna-
want to.
Yeah, that is always a choice.
Option.
You can always choose to piss in your glass.
Add a little salt to your waters. Nothing wrong with that.
Yeah, and recycle, reuse. Jason's face there was 10 of 10 good. So you rest up for a night, you get on your horses, you saddle up and you start heading east, right, towards this bear. Now, Jason, you kind of seen this place before, right? We talked about that a little bit.
Yeah, it was. I want to say was when Arthur and I were going to the tree. We went by it.
It was when you were heading from the ferryman's crossing.
Yeah.
Working your way down towards the Stag Lord's fort.
That's right.
You saw something weird, like you're like, okay, like it looked a little like a hill, but like you're understanding, you've seen a lot of you've been traveling a lot, and you're like, I don't really see little hillocks like this kind of out there. It was a little odd. That was it. It was just like, that's odd. Maybe check it out sometime, but nothing else too special. Okay.
But when she mentions that there was bodies in there, it's like, oh, that's a burial mound.
Yeah, and you did then kind of 2 and 2 together and felt a little better about that.
Guess we're going to find out if Jonas Jr. is a grave robber or not.
My name is
Going
Jonas.
to the burial mound.
I've accepted you guys for your flaws. That's all I'm going to say.
And you know what? I usually prep this stuff
I'm
out
fine with it.
in advance, but I think it's time for me to do a little bit of on-air rolling to help set the scene here. What's the weather like?
There's a rule for that.
Because this is important stuff.
It's like a mini game.
Oh yeah, but you know what? I'm gonna have all of you join me in this because I always like to talk about this. So we'll go around. Jason, can you do me a favor?
Yeah.
Can you roll a 20 for me? Just roll a d20.
6.
6. Okay. No precipitation today.
Hey, all right.
Not a big deal.
Not wet. That's good.
A mild day.
No muddy roads.
Yeah. And because there's no precip or weather events, then I think you're good. Oh no, Jared, roll another d20 for me.
Uh-oh.
Yeah.
5.
5. Yeah.
Aha, this is Colorado.
Clear
it's
day.
snowing.
5 dragons.
It's weird that they included dragons under the weather
shade
tab.
under the dragons in the sky.
All right. We'll you ride east for the better part of a morning. It's probably about 11 o'clock when you find yourself to this mound. It's an odd place. You can see where it's kind of risen up, and as you get closer, you can. Okay, yeah, you can see it. This doesn't look like it should be there. However, you don't know how to get in. You just kind of see the mound. You're not sure if there's an entrance or anything like that. So what do you all
When
want
you
to do?
say entrance, is it?
There's no
When I
door.
imagine it is no. It's just there's a large pile of bodies and dirt got piled on top of them.
Maybe.
So the way to get to it would be to dig.
So you just want to start digging? You
No.
have a shovel.
I want to
So-
see if Jonas does it first.
Yeah, do a little perimeter.
So we've done a perimeter and we don't see like a door, but we haven't like climbed to the top of the
no,
hill yet.
You haven't ridden the perimeter. You've gotten up and you see it. And you just
Okay.
don't see an obvious, like,
Yeah.
you don't
Oh.
see a quest arrow that says, like, enter here.
Yeah,
Have I heard anything about the entrance to this with Stolen Lands lore?
Probably not. You just,
okay.
you know that there's a lot of, like, this is a very old place. So, like, old places have old things.
Do a little ride
get
around
closer.
the perimeter.
Yeah, you know what?
Get closer.
Go
You're
ahead
going to see Jonas like kind of excited.
Jared, roll this for me. Roll perception. You got this. Ooh, that's a good look.
28.
So yeah, you're able to ride around and you can see like an entrance, a break where some of the ground has fallen away.
Okay.
And what you're finding is where the mound is sort of subsided and it's open to crack. And you realize that what you're looking at, Jason or Nikolai in this case, it isn't like a bunch of bodies buried under it. This looks like a tomb,
Ah, fuck.
an old ancient
It's been
burial
thrown
tomb.
over.
Now, do you have any like history or archaeology in addition to just like Stolen Lands lore?
I have
or-
Society and Stolen Lands lore.
I'll take Stolen Lands lore then for that. Let's just go ahead and roll that for me.
23.
For something to be not like Jason was saying, just like a more ceremonial large burial, for it to be a tomb, whatever's buried here or whoever's buried here, literally and figuratively buried, must be very, very important. Because you don't go through this much work to just put a body in the ground.
Arthur, could you run back to Shatter Shield for us? We have to do a thing.
I think I think Arthur is only semi-aware right now of like the other party members. I think he's in his head. He's like having a flashback to the lich that he and his companions were trying to fight.
Sure.
And he's just like, the hair on the back of his neck is like standing up.
Yeah.
I'll let him know, like, this appears to be more of a tomb than a burial site.
What are we getting here?
This is not a mine. It's a tomb.
We're getting mold from bone marrow.
From a warrior buried here.
Well, let's get this over with then.
Yeah. He'll take out the round sewer and just sort of walk forward.
Okay, so let's talk a little bit here. So you found a crack into this tomb, right? I'm just gonna go. I'm gonna give you a little bit of a preview. Steps into a hallway, 7 feet high. It's pretty tall. Pretty tall. It's pretty tall.
It's pretty hall.
It's pretty tall, you know.
Pretty tall hall.
It's a tall hall. Someone's been telling tall halls here. However, it's completely unlit.
Yeah, we need some light.
Does someone have a light spell?
Yeah, we have. By now, everyone has an Everlight stone.
Oh yeah.
Cool. So you can like, do you
I
have it
have
on like
a rock that lights up.
like a string or something you can hang to keep your hands free?
I just had it like in an inside pocket.
Sure, but like for Trent,
Yeah, I'll
who's gonna
say
need all
he's
these hands.
put it on a necklace and he just
Sure.
kind of brings it out.
All right. What's your, for absolutely no reason at all? Let's talk about marching order and let's talk about exploration modes. And by talk about, I mean tell me what you're doing.
I assume Arthur's going to be in front.
Rancier in hand. Okay. Who's next? Who's second in line? Ooh,
I'll go second.
all right.
Is
What's in your
what's
hand?
the width of
no.
the thing we're walking into?
I'll draw it out for you in a second.
Well, that's what I'm into. We're
I'm the
going
only one
single
in my
file or
way.
2 by 2.
In general, you're going to need to go single file.
Okay, cool.
Then Spike.
Then so it's Arthur, then Junior, then Spike,
Yep. Then me.
and then you, and then Nikolai in the back.
That checks.
Okay. All right. And what about exploration modes? Arthur, you don't have a shield, so you can't be shields up.
Correct.
Well, I mean, you do, but you're not actually using it.
He's going to be looking for enemies.
Now, have you changed your blade ally to like your shield ally to a blade ally, or you still have it as a shield
He
ally?
does not have yeah, it's just shield ally. I have
Okay.
not changed it.
Cool.
Because I can always drop the round sewer
Yeah.
and pull out shield and
Okay.
sword.
And then what's next?
I'm going to be looking for traps.
Okay. Yeah. Perception, looking for
Perception.
threats.
Stealth.
Ooh, yeah. Classic. What about
Classic.
you? What's your exploration in the back there, Nikolai?
I will be detecting magic. Did you say you were detecting magic?
Nope.
I will.
If Lucky wasn't going to do traps, I'm going to do traps.
I'm going to do
All right.
detect magic.
And you all have, well, 3 of you have stones of light emitted around you.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Well, let's venture.
I tossed my stone of light to Jonas.
Oh, right, because you're stealthing. So
Yeah.
So you've got a light stone. Cool. All right. Well, let's venture into the lonely
And I
barrow.
have a staff.
Oh, staff in hand,
Mhm,
light.
Staff in hand.
Lucky, what do you have in hands? Hands.
I'll go dagger for now, or short sword for now.
Solid. Nikolai. Probably like a great sword, or
Yeah, I mean, he's got carpal tunnel from how he doesn't put it down. He's just like,
the bow. Yeah.
Just stuck in his hand.
All right. Well, then let's venture into the lonely barrow. All right. So let's go to the best thing about a role-playing game. Flavor text.
Leveling up. Oh.
Oh, sorry.
Darn it.
murder
Second best
hoboing.
thing.
So as you
Loot.
walk in,
Oh, it's not a quiz?
it's this is pretty impressive, right? It's like a 60-foot by 60-foot chamber. This
That's
first
huge.
octagonal.
That's pretty big.
The walls of this octagonal chamber are caked with dust here and there. And I'm gonna say, like, you all had to sort of like slip through this crack where like the ground is shifted into the edge of this, and like you don't know if this was the entrance, but it's where you certainly are. So you're in this octagonal chamber, caked with dust. Here and there are faint glimpses of a detailed mosaic scene peeking through under the grime. There's a thick carpet all over the floor. Sorry, a thick carpet of guano covering the floor.
Guano.
And it's crawling with insects. Sharp tang of ammonia hanging in the air. You can see a cobweb-filled tunnel heading east, deeper into this burial. chamber. All right, you're right, kind of at like sort of the threshold of the entrance.
I hate this music going on right now.
What do you all want to do? Like Arthur, you're there in the front. You're looking into this like
Arthur.
ancient room.
Arthur's going to step into the octagon
Mm-hmm.
like a
He's going
UFC
to-
fighter.
He's going to stop before doing so and say, Cardinal Martyr, protect us.
Ooh.
And just step forward.
All right, then you know what I think it's time for? Let's roll for initiative.
Oh, fuck.
Already?
Yeah, let me go ahead and just
You
put
step on a bomb and you die.
welcome.
Well, that was easy.
Welcome to Pathfinder, where there's bombs now. All right, how's everyone feeling? Ryan, you
Feeling good.
I'm so stoked.
good. Let me just put some pawns there. As you enter the room, you just start to hear the.
I do believe that we were looking for enemies, so we get a +1.
No one was explicitly scouting.
No,
You
I
were
thought
looking
you.
for
Oh, I was
dangers.
scouting.
Yeah.
Oh fuck! Never
Yeah.
mind. You do
Yeah.
get a +1.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
damn it, Trent. You were correct. So I do have to give you a patch.
All right.
I like this new rule.
I'm going to need it.
Let's give you one from one of your friends.
Thanks, Trigva.
All right. What do we got? Let's go around the room here. And
29.
29.
Whoa.
Okay, that's not bad. Lucky, what are you rocking?
26.
Whoa.
You're all kind of leveling up, aren't you?
I rolled a 17.
Arthur
Me too.
21.
and Junior.
27.
Okay.
Great. The person in front goes last.
So as you walk into this room,
We're all going to wait until Arthur goes.
you hear the beating of hundreds of small wings as two bat swarms descend from the ceiling and start to batter their wings all about you. So as you can see, I only have one pawn for bat swarm. So we're gonna have pawn swarm and no pawn swarm.
Yeah, fair enough.
That's how we're gonna tell them apart.
The perfect patch to have in this moment.
True.
Oh yeah, you're well set up for this. All right, so we're gonna start with the pawn swarm first. Actually, no, we're gonna start with the swarm that doesn't have a pawn on top of it. It's a bat swarm. Got all the rules ready for this, and so it's going to fly down. Now these are large size swarms, so it's going to descend, and it's going to occupy the same space as Junior and Arthur with its first movement.
This thing is fast.
No, that's me, the other one, Jason, the one that doesn't have a pawn on top of it. Yep, so that's going to fly into there. Yeah, these things have some. Well, because remember, it's based on perception. And these things have, echolocation and shit. They're pretty dope.
Yeah, we're like, stick the rancer in it. All right, let's go in.
So flies in. All right, and it's going to use Blood Feast.
That sounds awful.
Each enemy in the bat swarm space will take the first basic reflex save.
I'm not great at those.
I wonder if any of these guys are related to Droshars.
I'm gonna
Oh.
turn this in because I spend them.
Okay, yeah, I can't take it with
Oh,
you.
yeah, man.
It's not much better.
All right, what do you got for the reflex saves here, Trent and Ryan?
Oh, Ryan has a 12.
12, okay.
I
That's
lied.
just a fail.
13.
Oh, just a fail.
22.
That's a success.
Hey.
Now keep in mind, these are just bat swarms, so it's not like you're about to get your shit rocked. Okay, you're gonna take 6 damage, Ryan, and 1 persistent
Bleed.
bleed, and Trent, you're gonna take 3 points of damage and no persistent bleed.
Cool.
And you know what? We're gonna do that shit again. It's got 3 actions.
Oh, God.
Let's blood feast again. Make another reflex save.
18.
Okay, you'll take half damage.
3.
No, I have to roll it again.
Oh.
5 damage total. You round down in Pathfinder, it's like 2 damage. Would you roll on your
24.
check? Success. You'll also take 2 points of damage and no additional persistent bleed. That's the entire vampire bat's turn. So let's now move down. Nikolai, there's this bat swarm around your allies right in front of you.
Attacking the swarms is just attacking the center of the...
It's just attacking the
Yeah,
space, the
attacking
pawn.
the thing. Okay.
Yeah.
5, 10, 15, 20.
Yeah, it's a massive
30.
creatures. Functions as a whole thing.
So I will Divine Lance
Okay.
the...
The closer one.
No.
Oh, okay.
The
Arthur.
other one.
Now it's going to have cover. Is that an attack roll?
Will they both have cover? Yeah, because there's people in front of me.
Yeah. Well, you're right. They're all going to have shit cover.
Yeah.
So it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
So you'll attack the one that actually has the pawn base in it.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's been a while.
I know. We're recording. We had some non-combats for a little bit, which feels weird in Pathfinder.
17.
Ooh, hit.
Okay.
Oh, no, wait. Sorry. It has shit cover. That is a miss.
Ooh.
Oh, okay.
So sorry.
I will.
You got one action left. What are you going to do?
Who's standing right in front of me?
Me.
Oh,
Loki.
A little bit of
because
guidance. and
no.
lucky.
It's not anything bad, really.
Thanks.
Mhm.
It's been so long.
Sure.
I can liberating step to give my new friend here
It's
some
not
resistance.
an attack.
Mm-hmm.
It doesn't say attack. It
Says if it
enemy
takes damage.
damages.
Oh, fuck. Yeah, okay.
So he can get 6 damage at least for one of those.
Yeah.
Yeah, so the first attack was
one.
6 damage. So heal yourself up 6,
Mm-hmm.
Junior, and you can have taken a 5-foot step if you wanted.
Correct.
Slide me back just next to the.
All right.
And
Lumpy.
I no longer have my reaction though now.
Okay.
So you're 6 hit points richer, and you're out of the situation. Nikolai, what are you doing for your your third action?
Guidance
Guidance on who?
on Lucky.
Unlucky. Well, it's now the bat swarm that has the pawn. And for the simplicity here, now courtesy of that 5-foot movement, it's going to fly through its buddy's space. And it's actually going to come out and it's going to occupy the 4 space or the spaces that are Junior, Spike, and Lucky, which are now in a little 4-space area. So if you just put the pawn adjacent to it, that'll be easy to keep in mind. It's simple. So it flies in there with its first action. 'Cause it's got a lot of movement. These are bats after all. They can fly 30 feet.
Arthur will say, "Spread out."
And then guess what we're gonna do? Let's get some reflex saves for Spike, for Lucky, and again for Junior. Out of the bat swarm into the bat swarm, as they say. That old chestnut.
That old adage.
It's a classic for a reason. All right. 6 hit points back though. That could be the difference between
yeah.
first and second down. That's
True, true.
Yeah, 6 bats, 6 hit points. That's how you win games of football. 1 hit point at a time.
24.
Success. And let's go ahead and get that damage going. Ooh, max damage, 6 points of damage.
23 for Spike, 28 for Lucky.
Critical success for Lucky, and Spike will take 3 points of damage. And what did you get again,
Which means I
Ryan? You
take
got
3
like
points,
24 or something?
24.
Yeah, so you'll take 3. No persistent bleed. Make those same checks again. As it,
Oh, roll it again.
yep, because now it's using its second action to do the same attack again.
20 for Spike, 26 for Lucky.
Okay,
Probably a
you
critical
will
failure.
take damage this time. You'll take 3 points of damage on both of those, Jared. No persistent bleed.
Okay.
And what'd you get,
10.
Ryan? Just a failure. These are bats. So you'll take a full 6
He
points of
keeps
damage.
reminding us that they're bats.
Yeah. Did I mention
How
they're
much damage
bats?
you said for?
6. But nice try.
They're just bats.
All right, it's now Junior's turn. Bat swarms all around you. You got it.
Let's see what you're all about, bro.
Yeah.
I'm going to. Shit. I'm going to move behind Lucky.
Okay, so you're gonna retreat west, get out of the bats.
Mm-hmm. And
All right.
then I'm going to cast Gust of Wind. Kind of.
Okay. So you're just gonna cast it straight down the hallway, hitting all your friends.
And you blow Arthur all the way to the crypt.
Well, so yeah, for fun. It's
so-
like, in my mind, I'm like trying to disperse us a bit, so we'll see what happens.
Okay.
So that's going to be a DC 20 Fortitude save.
And so it's for everyone in the path?
Everybody in the path.
So is that also Lucky and Spike and
Yeah, I think I can probably miss Spike. No, probably not. No, it's going to be everybody in the path. Yeah, so DC...
So here's what I'll say. I did say that these hallways are 7 feet tall.
Never mind.
Yeah.
No.
Oh, okay.
No. Did Gust of Wind always do bludgeoning damage?
I don't know.
Oh, on a
I
crit, it
don't
does. Yeah, I can't do that. So instead, I'm going to step back and do the same thing, but I'm going to Scorching Ray 1 each.
Cool. All right, those are attack rolls.
Mhm.
They're gonna have shit cover, but you'll be fine. Actually, the closer one now will not have shit cover because you can go over the heads because it's 2 spaces essentially.
Yeah. So 2 action cast.
Tell me which one's on shit
Scorching
cover and
Ray.
tell me which one has against shit cover and which one isn't. Just call the rolls; it doesn't matter.
Yeah. So this first roll will be none.
Okay, that'll be the closer swarm. Can you hit it?
That's going to be an 18.
That's a hit. And let's go ahead and talk about the second one.
Second one is going to be...
It'll have shit cover, so its AC is a little better.
26.
Jesus fuck. Okay, well that is a hit. Not a crit, but that is a hit.
Okay, so it's going to be +2.
Get some math. Oh, wait. We got something
8,
for this.
9, 10, 11, 12. 14 fire damage on the first one. And the second
Jesus.
Yeah. We haven't had a spellcaster, so
I know.
one, 17 damage on the second.
we're I mean,
Fire.
Okay.
doing major damage.
Yeah, damage. Dealing.
DPS,
Major damage.
major damage.
Brought to you by Dangerous Sorcery.
Brought to you by Max Damage. It's a rough
Yeah,
world
so
out there.
I move 2 action casts. That's my turn.
You just fire off some scorching rays like a fucking badass. All right, Lucky, you have guidance.
I'm an archaeologist.
I'm
These
going
belong in a museum.
to.
What do you got? You
I'm
have
going
bats all around you.
Stab. I'm
Okay.
going to stab at the swarm while
I
I'm
believe in
standing
you.
in it. So
Okay.
may as well.
Do you think you can get around the swarm's resistance?
No idea. 24.
That's definitely a hit.
Resistance 15.
Let's see. Let's roll some damage.
2 damage.
Does not get through its resistance.
Yeah,
Shit.
that's unfortunate. I'm moving out.
Okay.
Forward.
Moving forward. You've got enough movement. You're just going to pop out the other side into the
Yeah.
octagon.
Mhm.
All right. Boom. You're out in there. You're safe.
And then Spike's going to attack now.
Okay. It's going to attack the one that's all around Spike, just
Yep.
lashing out with its little centipede teeth. Do centipedes have
Hey.
teeth?
Sure.
Yeah.
Little
Fangs, pincers.
mandibles.
21.
21. That's a hit. What kind of damage is this?
That's a great question.
Probably piercing. I'm going to say piercing for now.
Sure. 6 damage.
Oh, just if it does it. Is
I
it
rolled
piercing or
really low.
slashing? That's the only thing that'll matter.
I'll have to get back.
Okay.
Oh, it's bludgeoning.
Oh, well, then that doesn't get through either.
Weirdly.
You just barely don't make it through the resistance.
Okay.
Probably because it's just generically a slam, like basically the old school slam.
Mm-hmm.
All right, Arthur,
Arthur's going to take a 5-foot step to the
you get deeper into the room.
southeast.
Okay, so you're gonna get step southeast into the octagon. Boom.
Yep.
You're in that space. You got a whole swarm behind you. The swarm's a little
Yeah.
beat up. It's still like burning. A lot of the bats have fallen to the ground.
Yeah, they have.
If any of you watched that Netflix movie Damsel with Millie Bobby Brown, like all the bats burning or like the little birds burning. It's
Is
sort
that
of like
is that pretty good?
It's fun. I don't. So
Yeah.
I know that's good. It kind of gives like. Jane saw somewhere that like, look, it's a fine movie. However, it's a phenomenal audition tape for a Buffy style show,
Nice.
and so that's the best compliment I'll give it. It doesn't overstay its welcome too much.
It's not fine semina, like Your Highness.
No. All right, Trent, you got 2 actions left.
Sorry, I was reading.
How dare you?
I won't do that, so I will just attack
Okay.
with the Ransur.
Hansir.
That's a 24.
Now this is a +1 answer down to striking one, correct?
Correct.
24 hits. This is slashing. From a Ranseur, I'm guessing, or is it piercing?
It's piercing.
Okay, let's see if you can get through the resistance.
That's 7.
1 point of damage.
Hey, and I'll attack again.
Okay. It's looking pretty bad. I mean, not excessively much worse. You probably took out 1 bat in the swarm with that swing.
27.
That's a hit again. It's actually a crit. Oh, yeah.
Then that is 12 damage.
And that will kill it.
Hey.
Just swipe down that swarm.
Ah,
Yeah, take that base with no pawn in it.
yes.
All right, that makes it. Oh, that one just died. So that makes it Nikolai's turn. That worked well.
Yeah. I'm gonna try to Divine Lance it again. Do the same thing.
Okay. Yeah. Hey, at least it's not bludgeoning, piercing, or slashing damage, right?
That was really low.
Oh
I'm
God,
gonna use this bat patch, see if it,
you're heating back up. You're getting back on the river pony.
that's even worse.
Okay.
Can't take them home, you know what I mean?
I mean, you always could.
Natural 20.
Nat 20.
Jesus.
Hey.
And you know what? I did remember to bring the crit hit deck out. If that's a Trent, you don't have to go running across the house desperately searching near the computer for it. Roll me a d6, Jason.
Okay.
This is a spell, right?
3.
That's always fun. 1, 2, 3. Ooh. allergic reaction. Target takes D8 poison damage.
Nice.
So roll your double damage for crit and then a D8 poison on top of it.
It's allergic
Okay.
to your holy light.
So 9 for the regular.
And it's spiritual damage.
And you said a D8?
Yeah.
A 1.
So that's 10 damage total. You boom, blast it out of the crypt. And it's dead.
Okay, good.
Hell yeah.
Dun, dun.
It's a good start, guys. It's a good start.
It's a strong open. So you now find yourself
Such a cool image. Like spirit damage coming out of your bow.
octagon, little bit of old mosaics just, showing through here.
Yeah.
Let's take a moment to look at those.
Can we like
Yeah, I'm gonna
wipe some of
I'm gonna
the
heal myself.
dirt off?
Oh, yeah, that too.
You're an archaeologist. Can you bring it out without damaging it?
Oh,
Just like
yeah.
you gotta,
Is there anything on the walls?
you gotta take a toothbrush
Yeah,
out.
yeah. I've got like my little dinosaur
take 4
bone
days.
finding kit.
So here's the deal. I can do a society check.
Yep.
Or I would totally allow
They're both the same.
the lower, no, but lower DCs are lower. Specific.
Oh, yeah.
This is not even general. This is this is specific. This is general lore. So this is go ahead and roll it
That's
yourself.
why Bardic lore is dope, because it's
Yeah.
like every lore, and you just roll Bardic
Yeah.
lore for it.
With,
It's not specific lore, but lore
not
is
very
easier
high.
than
Oh,
general.
14 total.
with his Holman character, he has esoteric lore, so it's any
Yeah.
lore, but you only take like a -2 or whatever.
Yeah, that's dope.
Yeah, you're not able to see, you can kind of able to open up a little bit, and you can find crude mosaics of simple village life here: hunting, fishing, farming. Anyone else who wants to could also attempt a society to recall knowledge about this.
I could
Only
roll.
society?
Can I roll society as well, or
Yeah, I'll allow
that's
that.
okay? Yeah,
No,
if you don't want me
because
to. Yeah.
Pathfinder, remember, the difference is like if you crit, there's a penalty
Yeah.
for failure. Crit failure, you're going
Yeah.
to get wrong information.
Yeah.
I'll just trust that you role play off of it well if you tell me that.
20. Hold on, let me
Dust
go
in
back
your
to.
eye. Like,
I closed
And
my
does anyone want
character
to
sheet for some
assist?
reason.
What did you say that they were doing?
Hunting, fishing, and farming.
So may I
23.
use one of those lores?
You want to do it on your own, or you want to assist?
I'll assist.
Okay, yeah, I'll let you do hunting lore.
Okay.
Let's say the DC for that. It's off topic, but it's a lore. I'm gonna say DC 16 to assist.
I got a 20.
Okay,
A dirty one.
that's gonna bump it up here.
24
you-
total.
You are able to piece this together, Ryan.
Teamwork.
This depicts life as that of ancient Kelids
oh.
okay.
in the area. Certain fashions here notably exclude Taldan influence,
Mm-hmm.
which suggests that its creation predates the Second Army of Exploration, meaning it's
Oh, wow.
more than 4,000 years
Yeah.
old.
whoa.
Mm.
So now, because Pathfinder has great lore, and I love doing this,
There's a room for that.
you
Make
are
Jane read it.
you are an archaeologist, right, Junior? So, out of curiosity, do any of you at the table know much about the armies of exploration that Taldor ran?
Nope.
No.
Mm-mm.
So, throughout its early history, the Empire of Taldor repeatedly launched expansionist military campaigns designed to increase territory and wealth. Because remember, Taldor is essentially like an England analog.
Mm-hmm.
These armies of exploration is what they were called. Met with variable success, but at its height, Taldor controlled territories that now belong to like Galt, Andoran, Isgar, Malthun, Nirmathos, Laswell, Cheliax, and these did a lot to bring wealth to the empire and spread Taldan culture pretty much throughout the Inner Sea region. The first army of exploration was led by General Porthos, and it destroyed Gorgoth Lodge in the Verduin Forest in 37 AR.
Wow.
The Selen, and it charted the Selen River as far as Seven Arches, which is not too far south from here.
Yeah.
No, it's not.
The second army of exploration built upon the success of the first and explored the area north of Lake and Carthan in 499 AR.
Okay.
To give you an idea on fucking timelines, making it all the way to the orcs and the holds of Belkson. Some of these efforts were made to explore portions of what's now Numeria, Nirmathos, and Malthun, but made little progress there due to hostile locals and dwindling supplies. So, I want to talk a little bit about the Kelids, because you've kind of been in this land a lot and it's come up. And like, for example, Amiri is I believe, a Kelish barbarian.
I think you're right.
She is, yeah.
Kelid are sort of the original natives of most of Avestan before the spread of the Taldan Empire. It represents what every resident of the continent thinks of when people refer to like barbarians, basically. They're sandwiched between an empire of orcs, marauding demons from the world wound, the witch-haunted kingdoms of Irisin. Khelids are a pragmatic product of a harsh environment, direct descendants of a more difficult and violent age. Khelids in northern Avestan cling tightly to older traditional ways, and those in the southern countries like Druma and Iskar have largely integrated to the local Tal'Dorn and Chelish cultures. There are essentially 4 related peoples of Khelids that shared a language and history. The Isgari, the Palakari, the Sarkorians, and the Yorktiri. In general, you're probably closer to the Sarkorians, proud survivors of old Sarkoris, now a diaspora throughout central Avestan. A lot of Numeria, Mendev, Ustalav, World Wound sort of areas. The Khelids have inhabited the lands in the north for as far as anyone can remember. Despite this, their recorded history is limited by a lack of a written language. They once lived across most of Avestan, and their ancestors date back to before the Age of Destiny. So like back when the Aeon Empire was established, back when the Rune Lord Empire was in sway. They retain much of their history through oral tradition. Every member of the clan must memorize its histories and its legends. However, it means it's difficult in times to separate myth from legend or allegory. And now they mostly, you've got a lot of the culture, mostly northern Avestan. They used to live much farther south. A part of Khelid history that is still fresh in many is the fall of the Khelid kingdom of Sarkoris, which went down when the World Wound was there. So, a little bit of context there that Junior probably knows some broad strokes of.
It's like one of the oldest things I think I've ever found in Pathfinder that's not like the Rune Lords.
This is comparable.
I want to ask permission for something too.
Sure.
So since I've been hanging out with Amiri for the last few days, Jonas can do a cool party trick where each morning he can pick a new language that he can speak.
Okay.
And so if Amiri would speak Halat, and that's the language, right?
Yeah.
Of Khelids. So can I have just had that roll over just for this spot?
Sure.
And then I'll be sure to ask when mornings come.
That's totally fine. Now, the kind of cool thing about that is Kelish doesn't have a written alphabet or language. So for you, it'd be like being able to maybe even tell some of the stories here in Kelish, like, this is this, like, you know the name for it when you saw it depicted here.
This guy's speaking in tongues.
I also want to offer,
There's a room for that.
I'll say that later, and this is kind of a cool thing, you can build museums in your kingdom, and for them to gain you the cultural benefits in your kingdom, you have to have magical items to display in the museums.
And borrow on occasion.
However, because you've succeeded on this check, you know the significance of this. So if you construct a museum anywhere in your kingdom, you can display, you can either move these or you can do like etchings or like sort of these, even though these aren't magical items, depictions or painted reproductions of these would be considered so rare, so valuable that it would give you the cultural benefit of museums to display these historic items in your museums.
I'll take a quick...
Yeah, just get the phone out.
take the phone.
I'm not sure we should move them.
So
and actually, one thing I really like is it specifically says that. It says the displays need not consist of the physical carvings on the wall here. Detailed copies or painted reproductions will suffice. But like, this is because there isn't a written language to find intact, having been protected from the elements for so long, 4,000-year-old. I mean, that's like, Jane, I'm looking for a nod across the room as our like a better historian on this. 4,000 years ago, that's 2,000 BCE, so that's ancient Egypt, basically like equivalent.
Correct, yeah.
So yeah, like that's how old the shit is that you just made a find like on that scale of age, and the condition of this is remarkable.
Dominated by Middle Kingdom of Egypt and Babylonia.
Shit. So yeah, it's been a while.
So I would tell everybody what we found, and then I would. So I just got to thinking, this is really sacred to somebody that may not be around anymore, and I don't know how I feel about breaking some guy's femur bone open and just giving it over to this witch. So I just want to just keep that in mind while we're kind of digging through here. Like if one of them happens to jump out of something and try to stab us, then maybe that's like okay, but I don't know how I feel about I don't know, man.
Desecrating a grave?
Yeah, that's what I was talking about. You know, I mean,
So you're
The
not a
museum-
grave robber.
oh, I told you I wasn't.
I
Unless,
didn't
you know,
believe you at first.
Yeah, I
like
didn't
we
believe you
needed.
at all.
I didn't believe you guys had lycanthropy, but apparently,
Well, we're not fucking around.
Well, apparently this is just infected. So.
It's the
I'm not
greenness
trained
spreading
in
up your
deception
arm.
at all. I'm actually super truth telling. So, I just think we should keep that in mind. Like, this feels like, I understand why we're here. I know we're trying to help you guys out. Like, I don't want either you two or your other friend that ran off just to go werewolf wherever she's going to
She
go.
has no
But
loyalty.
it's very interesting.
We can always
Turncoat.
find
Yeah.
other means if necessary.
Okay, just keeping that in mind.
I am not interested in partaking in any acts that would be considered evil.
Yeah, me neither.
Arthur's
In order-
going to turn to Junior, though.
But
and, like,
Lucky might.
very intensely
Nah.
in his eyes, just be like, but if there are undead here, I will put them to rest.
And if that's the case, we'll take all the femur bones with us and give them to the witch. But breaking stuff open, it's more like the delivery that just makes it feel wrong.
How many femur bones do you think are in here?
I have no idea.
I would hope
mean,
just
I'm
two.
looking at the thing. I mean, this is an important place, and we're looking down because it's entirely dark, and so it's probably like light to here.
Yeah. So
Yeah. So how big is this thing? It can't be that big. The mound was only so big, but
I mean, the mountain's pretty big.
yeah,
Like, it's almost a
pretty
plateau.
big. Yeah.
Like South Table Mountain big?
I mean, like, look, let's say that this is at least, 200-300 feet across.
Okay.
Also, kind of fun thing. You know what historically famous Dungeons and Dragons dungeon existed as sort of like a burial mound not too far from this?
Dungeons and Dragons.
Yeah. Do you know which one?
I've never heard of that game before.
Yeah, it's made by some losers. Just kidding.
The original Tomb
of Horrors?
Yeah, Tomb of
Yeah.
Horrors
Oh,
is
that's
really
cool.
like that. Because if you've ever read like Ready Player One, they talk about
Mhm.
noticing it from above, it forming that shape. Anyway,
Oh,
cool.
cool.
That's cool.
yeah, because we have like a lot of OG D&Ds, like you're grave robbers.
Yeah.
That's why, like, for those of you who read Perdido Street Station, like
Yeah.
when you meet the D&D analog characters, they're like, yeah, they're murderers for hire and grave robbers.
Yeah.
Because like that's essentially what you do. All right. So you all want to venture deeper. There's that eastward cobweb-filled tunnel. I'll also say that in this room, the tunnels are about 7 feet tall, but these rooms are about 9 feet tall, kind of doming
Okay.
into these spaces.
Quick health check
Sure.
on everybody.
While we were doing this, I would have loved to have received a treat wounds.
Okay.
I treated my own wounds.
I can treat you.
I'm
down
1 HP
5.
down.
I'm down 14,
That's slightly more than 5.
Yeah.
which is I don't have a lot of hit points.
So I imagine that while juniors were counting you all with like the history of the armies of expansion and like
Just get
Kellish culture.
stitched up.
Yeah.
Critted, so 18.
Jesus.
Oh, sweet.
Like little bite wounds on your neck.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Is tetanus a thing in
Yeah.
Pathfinder?
I rolled a 1 on you.
That's fine.
So what does that mean?
A D8 damage.
Okay.
Oh, like a natural one.
Yeah.
7.
So you take 7 more damage.
Dang.
Hey.
Oh shit.
Are you okay?
He was trying to clean the wound out in your arm and it just got worse.
It's very distracting and gross.
It's fine. I'm not hurt at all.
Just put maggots in it.
Yeah. Take some guano and rubs it in there.
I'm fine.
Oh, God.
Ooh, it's cool.
No. All right, go ahead and move yourself down that hallway to where you think you'd stop.
If it gets too bad, I'll use
I
magic.
you wanna go back to the same
do
marching
a
order?
treat- I can do a treat wounds.
All right, so you're all going to head forward while Ryan is off mic, graciously moving the miniatures down there. How are you all feeling going into a tomb? You feels cool, right? Like it's really awesome and mellow.
Like,
Super
not
mellow.
having dark vision sucks.
Yeah.
You are kind of announcing your presence.
Yeah.
So my thought is, Nikolai, even before moving, would maybe chuck the rock a little bit ahead of
Sure.
us.
Okay, so this is perfect. So
Tears of the
Nikolai,
Kingdom style. and
so yeah,
throw
you
it.
kind of whip it over your shoulder. And Arthur, you're right on sort of the precipice to this next chamber. It's another like 60 foot by 60 foot, sort of circular, a little more circular. Maybe it was octagonal, but over the years it's kind of worn down. 4 tunnels exit this circular chamber. You're coming from the west.
Yeah.
In cardinal directions. However, between these entrances, so the northeast, southeast, sort of those directions. Between these entrances, each wall section is decorated with a different, large, monstrous stone face, leering or grimacing into the room. And you see sprawled, face down in the middle of the room, a skeleton. Could be anything.
Okay.
For no reason at all, Junior, what's your perception bonus?
+9. +1 if it has to do anything with ancient histories or cities
It probably
or people.
it might in this case, potentially.
Technically, that's an ancient person. It's in the middle, right?
Can I say that immediately saying that it's a skeleton, he's putting away the Ransor, pulling out the sword and shield.
Sure. And right as Arthur is like on the edge of this room, like almost kind of leaning in as your body weight's changing, you see for a second, you can just barely make it out. You notice this because you're looking for it, Junior, that the stone faces on the wall almost seem to move as they inhale slowly. And it's like they're poised, waiting to see if Arthur is going to enter the room.
Did I throw
Hand
my
on the
rock in
shoulder.
the room already?
Yeah, that's right. The It's luminous. It's part of how this is visible.
Okay, that's
even
right.
Yeah, hand on the shoulder.
Probably bounces off the skeleton a little bit.
It shatters a bone.
And
Dust.
probably
just-
like in conjunction with him seeing the skeleton, the light, of the stone, and then the inhaling, and then him kind of drawing and like, hey, hold on a second. I think it's trapped.
Everyone's looking at Lucky. Everyone's looking at Jared.
Turns and looks
What?
at Lucky.
Fish
Okay.
throat dog.
Yeah,
Send
I
Spike in
can.
there.
I can see if I can do something about it.
When he points it out, you are able to see it. You know a thing or two about traps, right, Rogue?
Yeah.
And sure enough, you look right near the edge. Like Arthur's foot is teetering onto a pressure plate
Oh, okay.
in the floor.
I was gonna say, do we see something specifically? But that
Well,
makes sense.
It takes you a second to look. Like you kind of see
Yeah,
the
yeah,
faces,
yeah.
and you do a little bit of mental, mapping, and you're like, okay, they're probably triggered. There's something behind the walls. So what I'll say is, because it's been noticed by Junior, pointed out, you can attempt a thievery. Like, you have to be at least expert in thievery.
Damn.
Okay, 2
I'll
people
assist.
are. All right, so let's roll the assist first.
I knew you were a
Thievery.
grave robber.
He's
I just like kind of
This belongs in a museum.
24.
Shit. All right, well that's a +1.
Okay.
Even if it's expert? Oh, I guess no. It's
'Cause you
yeah.
didn't crit.
Cool.
Got a +1. Working to disarm the sensors.
26.
Ooh, you get your tools out. You and like Junior's helping you. Like, I think I see that one coming in. This could be connected there.
Pull like a crowbar out of my bag.
Yeah.
Dead serious.
And you disable the sensors in the floor,
Nice.
successfully disarming a trap called Breath of Despair.
Oh.
And
Tell us about it.
You get that these would have started exhaling violently. Tendrils of shadow latching on to the bodies, stepping into this room.
Whoa.
That would have been
dealing-
sick.
Mental damage,
Oh no.
draining the will to live from people.
Wow.
Whoa.
I'm losing my will to live.
That's awesome.
I know that's like I was reading this and I'm like, this is
That's
just
wild.
like a super badass
Could you
old
imagine it?
school
Yeah.
tomb dungeon.
Mhm.
Could you imagine if Arthur was in there just getting like wrapped with black
I'm losing the will to live.
tendrils?
Arthur's like, I feel fine and also nothing.
I don't feel anything, but I don't want to be here anymore.
So what's next for all you folks?
I would like to approach the skeleton,
Sure. What do you want to do? You're standing above the skeleton.
kick it.
Okay. Kick it a little bit. Bones kind of jostle and move and fall apart.
Can I do some type of medicine check to see
Where's
if it's
everybody want
like
to stand?
2,000 years old or like 50
Red,
years
where
old?
are you?
It looks like a tomb robber sometime in the last
Okay.
100 or so years for sure.
He
Does he
got
have
what
loot
was
on him?
coming to him.
Yeah, so you're checking the body. Good. You know what, Jason? I appreciate that. You know, and you spent a lot. This feels right.
So you're a grave robber.
No, I just like loot.
He's robbing the
Same.
grave robber. Crown beer feels appropriate for the Baron of your kingdom.
Love it.
So the majority, I can tell you it's been this long, the majority of this tomb robber's equipment is just completely rotted away.
Okay.
But you do find a tarnished copper ring.
Detect magic.
Bing. There is magic within 30
I'll do read aura then.
This ring does have a magical aura. You want to give me what's your nature bonus to try to figure out what this ring does? I'll also say that this copper ring has images of songbirds engraved around it.
10.
No problem here. This is something called a ventriloquist's ring. When you wear it, you get a +1 bonus on deception checks, and additionally, once per day, you can spend 2 actions and twist the ring around your finger to magically throw your voice as in the the rank 1, Pathfinder remastered, the rank 1 spell ventriloquism.
Huh,
Cool.
Plus just
Nikolai
a flat out +1 bonus to deception.
hands the ring to Lucky and says, I believe you would get some use out of
You
this.
like shiny things.
Okay. What's it do?
I'll tell you all the stuff he just said.
Hey, we're going to put that in a
Works.
museum, right?
Yep.
Yes.
Totally.
He's the treasurer.
Perfect.
I'll make sure it happens.
The Museum of Lucky.
The museum of his hand.
Mhm.
So you have passages to the north, south, and an east.
To the north.
You want to head up to the north?
Yep.
So you
To the north.
kind of start working your way north. You pick your stone back up. You want to leave it in this center
I'll
here,
pick it up.
Nikolai. Okay. You get to head up north. You
And
find
knowing
a
that
20
pressure
foot.
plates have been a thing, he would not go too far
Sure.
until his buddies are nearby and can check.
Oh, I've also been doing math totally wrong. I'm so sorry. All of these chambers are 30 feet by 30 feet, not 60 feet by 60
I was just
feet.
wondering if you were just playing theater of the mind a little bit.
No, they're 30 by
Okay.
30 feet. It's not a mammoth fucking thing. I'm so
I
sorry.
mean, that's why I was like, there's giants that live in here.
I would like to call this one out for myself.
There you go.
Going around.
So you work your way up here to the top, Trent, and you find a 20 foot by 20 foot chamber, dusty walls encrusted with grime, but here and there, once again, hints of mosaics seem to be glimpsed beneath the filth. 4 biers line the wall, Bier. If you played Skyrim, it's those, or like Marrow and Oblivion, it's those like those sort of burial chambers that look like bunk beds dug into the walls. Resting places of respected warriors. However, soon what you do notice is one, you can barely pick out, actually you're probably junior, you'd pick out that like, oh, the mosaics in here, you can barely pick out maybe hunting game, warfare against creatures 4 or 5 times the height of the others. But you can see that there are like skeletons, like sitting on stone blocks. And as soon as you step into this room, Arthur, they stand up and lift their swords, their shields, and bang, bang, bang. Tune in next week
Oh no.
to find out what happens.
Okay.
It's a terrible thing for a skeleton to say.
Mm-hmm.
It's very meta.
Not going to attack us for a week. The Live to Die podcast is a production of Live to Die Gaming. Follow us on social media at Live to Die Pod. Leave a review and tune in next week for more. If you like the amazing background audio and music, all that credit goes to Syrinscape. Make sure you check them out at Syrinscape.com.